clusters, probably science also calling clusters. I don't know anything about scientific theories. Just giving you some idea what's my concept and how I see it. Maybe I got these concepts from somewhere else, but not from books, not from the internet. It's just coming from somewhere. So you have these clusters of energy that form microparticles in the universe, like photons and stuff. And I mentioned in a different recording that the photons are not material particles, are like a small, clusters of energy that leave traces into the material world, so we can measure, we can see stuff. But otherwise it's just energy, condensed form of energy into compacted kind of a form and shape that has own properties. And if we look at the photons, they vibrate at different frequency, and together they form light that to us appear colored in certain color, because we need those in order to see our reality the way it is. So otherwise the designers, the creator of this energy field, would create all the photons the same, and to us the image would be like the way we see the thermal camera image, with no color, with no saturation, so it would be kind of a dull type of image. But because we are designed to see something that we are supposed to see, this field has specific properties. When the field interacts with our field, the field we are made of, and let's say if you don't believe in that, it interacts with our matter, which form our body, the eye cells, the retina receptors, nerve endings. Those fluxes of energy, or those photons, if you want to believe in the material world, have properties that are designed to give us certain type of reality after coming to our senses. So we experience the reality around us according to the stuff that makes the matter that triggers something in our senses. So let's say if the air particles, if we believe those air particles are material, if those air particles and that actually make the air and are able to form sound waves, those vibrate at certain frequency. And without that vibration, without those specific properties, you won't hear various frequencies. You will hear everything the same. Let's say if those sounds, those airwaves would vibrate at the same frequency and amplitude, your life experience would be different, because the sound you hear would sound all the same intensity, same frequency. So you won't be able to distinguish stuff. You won't be able to communicate the way you communicate. So if you believe in the material world, it's up to you. But I'm going back to the explanation of the energetic world. So those photons you can consider like computer bits, but more complex. Computer bits are zeros and ones. They are pretty simple. It's either 0 or 1. It's stupid or not stupid, or smart or not smart, but does not have a nuance, does not have a saturation, does not have any properties. And if I look at the photons vibrate at certain frequency, vibrate at certain amplitude. So it's already at least two different properties that makes photons from this light different than photons from different light source. So a light source can encode the photons, that type of energy, differently, with different amplitude, different frequency, which gives color, direction. And light that comes from the sun is encoded different. Those energy clusters, or the photons, if you want to call it photons, are encoded a little bit differently. So now it gives life, the way we experience life through those type of lights, it's a bit richer. Otherwise, you would experience less rich life. Same happens with the, let's say, the atoms. The atoms are clusters of energy, but they are encoded differently, and they can build different structures that for us appear material, appear something that when decoded through our senses we can touch, we can feel, we can smell, we can sense, we can hear. And those atoms, or those, let's say, clusters of energy or fluxes of energy have already properties. Those properties make them to appear for us different materials, like the atoms of a metal are different from atoms from different metal. So the atomic mass, the way we calculate and we make it understand from our perspective, atomic mass is different. The number of electrons are different. The structure is different. The way the atom is built, the number of electrons in that cloud of, like a field around the nucleus or nuclei, it's a bit different from metal to metal. The same happens with different other atoms from different other elements that we know. The molecule structures are according to these atoms. And if we think of the computer bits, that humans can build programs, and the programs can do stuff, can build some games, or can build programs that can automatically build programs like artificial intelligence, can build music, can build houses, homes, drawings and designs. And if we use those computer software or different computer structures that are made out of bits, which are dumb bits, like zeros and ones, then those automatic programs or artificial intelligence can program their own programs, can make viruses, can make machines to work or stop, can make humans learn new thing, new language. And now if we look at the bits we are made of, are more complex. So the more complex those bits are, the more complex programs they can form. So I look at my body as a program. And if we look at the way the medical science and the science explain about this human body, has a code, which is the DNA, which is the base structure of the human body, how the body works, how body is built, how big it gets, what color skin, how it looks, how it appears, how the body experiences life through the brain, how the brain is organized. All is that in a code, in the DNA. And this code is in every structure of the body, in every
GPS signal lost.
So we are created like a program, And this program is building our body over the years. And the program also builds our brain, and the brain builds its own programs. That's why we act in a certain way. We build automatic programs, and we act sometimes like robots. Sometimes we think like artificial intelligence, but we don't call it artificial because we call artificial whatever is made by humans. And so we had a structure, a code. It's a very complex code, more complex than the programs, the codes made by humans. And this code, like I said, is able to build its own code. So once it builds the big program, which is the human body, in a material form, the way we understand it and we give interpretation, then that brain can create its own program. And those own programs, which we call artificial intelligence or just simple programs, can build their own programs. And at some point they will build humans. They will build not humans like us, but robots, which are also programs. And they run on a program. So they are on a program because the factory that makes them, they have to have a program in order to build those robots. And then those robots, once they load it with a program, they will build other programs. So humans also build computers that can build programs, and the computers are built based on a program. It's not only the firmware, but the program, the design. That's the basis of the firmware and the software. It's based on the design, which is a program. So we are all programs, starting from the atomic level. And if we look at deeper, at the energetic level, those atoms have a code inside. So they are structured in a way, in a very precise way, according to a program. So you can say that even the atoms, the way we see it as a material particle, have built-in program. It tells them, you stay together, keeps things together, don't disintegrate, don't let those electrons to fly away, which I'm telling you, those are energy fields. But let's say if you think it's a material way, so those tiny forces that keeps the electrons flying around, those have program. They know, those electrons, they know, you know what, I'm supposed to stick around here. And in metal, let's say if I get stimulated by some other influx of energy, like electrons going through a metal, they know, you know what, I get pushed out and I start flying around from one atom to another atom. So including the atom itself has a program. It tells, this is the structure, internal structure. I have neutrinos, the protons, and all those things in the nuclei. And probably there are other particles that are doing something to keep that structure perfect, the way the Earth is being.
In 3 kilometers, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 177 for British Columbia 3 East, Crow's Nest Highway towards Princeton, Penticton.
I have to stop talking because the GPS tells me where to go. And so the Earth without the moon flying around or orbiting around the Earth would not have this orbit around the Sun. So Earth was given this moon for a reason. The scientists think that the moon came out after some sort of a big impact. I can tell you that a large impact, let's say a large asteroid or something, that that impacts the such a big. I'm looking also at the snow plows. They're still cleaning up the highway. So such a big impact would move the planet out of its orbit, and there is an
in 800 meters, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 177 for British Columbia 3 East, Crow's Nest Highway towards Princeton, Penticton.
I need to turn off the GPS. So the moon probably was designed to be part.
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 177.
Yes. The moon was probably designed to orbit around Earth.
Continue for 60 kilometers.
To keep a good balance, to keep the Earth on a very precise orbit. Otherwise, probably Earth would have different orbit and might not be able to sustain life, or it might not be able to have the stuff, the mountains here that also are formed because of geological movements and whatever is going on with Earth over the millions of years. So everything is designed with a very precise program, and maybe it's not designed for us. Maybe we came after the stuff came first, like Earth, planets, and everything like that. Or maybe it's like the visionary told people and wrote in the Bible that God designed this one first, like Earth, oceans, and land, and other animals, then created other species after that. So maybe that's the design. So the science still try to deny what it's in the Bible. Maybe the Bible made up some stuff. I can't tell you that. But to me, the way the energy is designed, the program that it's encoded in every little particle that we think is just some dumb particles, it's something very special. It's not a simple or dumb design. So again, what I'm trying to emphasize, the particles around, everything you are made of, and even the light is made like bits of energy, but are more complex, have more information than the zeros and ones that humans use in building software. So probably they can use the creator, or the creators use this type of bits of information, part of the field. They call it quantum field. In science world, call it quantum field. And these bits of information are so complex, you can form and create very, very, very complex structures that in turn they can themselves create complex structures and programs. It seems that the highway still needs some plowing here, so I have to pay attention to the speed here. So that was my my thought for today while I'm driving to a ski area. Since humans can build so much complicated stuff with binary type of code, with zeros and ones, they build computers, and with the computers they build lots of stuff. So all the new cars and new buildings, new designs are made using the computers, and computers have a binary structure, binary code at their base, 0 and 1. And even the human thinking, they generally think into opposites, like a dual type of thinking. It's good or bad, it's black or white. And those who have this limitation, they don't have that richness in their lives. They limit themselves. But those who can see grays, let's say, if you think you are either good or bad, or you are either white or black, you suppose you put some limitation in your way of thinking. So you have an argument with someone, you're either right or wrong, but there are shades in between, gray scale on a scale. So you may think a little bit different, and when you start thinking into shades, you see color, shades, nuances, then your life experience is going to be richer. So that was the idea. And now imagine that the structure of the code and the program and everything that encoded in this very complex field that can hold memories, can hold information. So it's not just a field made out of atoms and particles and fluxes and photons and stuff the way we see it. It contains information and contains different levels of reality, because it's the base structure is so complicated. It can form infinite realities, infinite shapes and forms and thinking and brain. It's stuff that you cannot imagine, because we are limited through the human thinking and through human knowledge. So the field you think of, the quantum field, has intelligence in itself and can create stuff, can destroy stuff, can build stuff, can imagine stuff, can store information. And you may think that I suggest we call it God. It could be, but it's way complex that you can ever imagine. So the atoms you see, the snow you see, the tree you see, everything has intelligence built in. Even it appears that it's not moving, it doesn't do nothing. It stores memories and it stores information about the past and the future. So I'll let you go. That was my thought for today. I have 50 kilometers to go, and I know I'll have a very good day. See you later. Bye-bye.